Good afternoon. Welcome to the Pundits on Flip TV. Yes, we are looking at topical reports and the issues that is going on the social media and also on the media space. I have with me my able analyst. I have Mr. Israel.
Good afternoon once again.
Okay, we are looking at three issues today. We are looking at how the regions, the 6 geopolitical zones, voted at the APC primaries, and there's a drop down of that. I'm also looking at the factions that sprang up in the Labour Party. What might be the reason? Is there an unseen force in the Labour Party? We are also going to be looking at, we just got to 41 trillion naira as a debt Nigeria is owing China and other countries. Looking at the various presidential candidates from the various parties, which is the best candidate that can really take us out of this mess. Okay, I want to start with the Peter Obi story. Just of recent, we found out that we have 3 persons emerging from the Labour Party. Let me look at the first person is Jude Ezenwafo. That's just yesterday, that one emerged yesterday, and this Samson Charles Uchenna before Peter Obi. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, thank you very much. Suddenly of recent, when Peter Obi crossed over to the Labour Party, we started hearing activities. Prior to now, I think Labour Party is not that popular in the country, apart from the fact that they claim to be Labour Party, and which they have not been doing.
They are not popular in the country.
They are not popular.
The word Labour, you remember?
The word Labour.
Nigeria Labour Congress.
Yes, now the word Labour. They are just at the word Labour is just the nomenclature they have. Structurally, it is not a Labour Party that is ideologically grounded for the Labour workforce. That's what I mean. And equally politically, they've not been that effective. But suddenly, before you say Jack Robinson, Peter Obi, having realized that his chances are slim at the PDP primaries, knowing quite well that he may not be able to muzzle out Atiku, and in his wisdom, he decided to go to Labour Party. Expectedly, you are expecting probably if Peter Obi, because of the clout he already has, moving to Labour Party will naturally have made Labour Party one of the other parties that we may be looking up to that can contend with the 2 major parties we have in the country. But like we said, it seems that there is a sinister force, a background force somewhere militating against the chances and the project of Peter Obi. Don't forget that Peter Obi is not representing himself alone. Peter Obi is representing a whole region.
Region? Are you saying Labour Party is a regional party?
No, I'm saying Peter Obi as an individual.
Okay, as an individual.
He's representing a region that has been crying foul all along, that feels that things are not normal, that feels that their region should at least produce the president of the nation once. And Peter Obi, looking at his curriculum vitae, seems to have that cloud that can be used for at least an Igbo man who is vying to be the president of Nigeria come 2023. But getting to Labour, you now realize that there is now crisis within the Labour, and suddenly people that are not even known to be Labour Party members before, suddenly activities that did not traverse in Labour Party before,
they were members of Labour Party.
Are springing up. They were even
it was Obi that is not.
Obi went to join them
yes.
at the party, and I know that for Obi to join the party, prior to him joining the party, there was a 2-day, 3 days camaraderie with him and Rabiu Kwankwaso at the NNPP, and people were like insinuating probably an Obi Kwankwaso will go head to head. But I think they did not agree. Kwankwaso too wants to be president, Obi wants to be president, so nobody wants to be vice for one another, and he has to go to Labour. And I believe that for him to go to Labour Party, because there are still other parties that he can go to, all we need is just his image there, his name, to transform that party from whatever little infinitesimal image it has to a broader perspective because of the name Peter Obi. But meaning he ought to have done his background check. He ought to have had affinities. He ought to have had agreement, gentleman agreement with the leadership, the National Working Committee of the Labour Party before they agree that he should join the party. But now you got there and he got there and you realize that there is now internal crisis within the party, and the crisis is now being fomented by his own kinsmen. That is what is worrisome there.
His own kinsmen.
Yes, his own Igbo brothers. The two other persons that are laying claim to the candidature of Labour Party, as you read their name, they are Igbos. So you begin
one was his former aide.
Was even his former aide. That is for you to know that some people, some forces, some
within the party,
not within the party, outside the party, they don't have to be within the party, and it may even be within the party. But what we can understand here is that some forces are not interested in a Peter Obi becoming the president of the country, and they are ready to do everything humanly possible to not only jeopardize his chances, but to even deprive him from being on the ballot, because it is only if you are on the ballot that people can vote for you. And now, if a Peter Obi, in his magnanimity, went to a small party, a mushroom party, and suddenly you have people springing up claiming the same thing for him, then there is a problem. The problem is that he is now in court when others are already complimenting on the outcomes of their primaries. You understand? Peter Obi is in court trying to see how to settle amicably.
INEC only recognizes the faction of Peter Obi.
As the name be submitted,
when you go to the INEC website, you see the names of both the chairman and secretary and the presidential candidate.
See, this that is happening is exactly what transpired to PDP in Osun State. Adeleke actually won, you understand, the primary, but somebody else, Dotun Babayemi or something, claimed that he won the PDP gubernatorial ticket too, and there was litigation upon litigations which deprived and which reduced the energy of PDP in facing the real battle, which is convincing people to defeat the APC in the state. So the same thing, similar thing is happening here, because now Peter Obi is battling litigation. Peter Obi is battling on how to stabilize. Peter Obi is immersed in internal crisis in his own party that he claims to be representing. Hence, is a laughing stock, a form of a laughing stock. You understand? It's bemusing. People see it as unserious for somebody of that caliber to go to a party and now have oppositions that are even his kinsmen. That is what should be underlined. The two people contending laying claims were not Hausas. They are not Yorubas. They are not Niger Deltas. They are Igbos like him. Meaning, when you say, you know, you have sentiment like me. I've always, even before we enter here, I think I told you that as a Yoruba man, you understand, Yorubas have tried. You understand? Yoruba, if we want to be sane, if we want sincerity of purpose, if we want it to go the way it should go, I think that's why I said that's why the fact that I have sympathy for PDP, the mere fact that they went to pick an Atiku, a northerner, has reduced, you understand, my support and my belief in them. Meaning, if we have to be sincere with ourselves, the next president of Nigeria should come from the southeast of the country. You understand? Because they are the most deprived. But now that Peter Obi is trying to actualize it, the major problem he's having is from even his own kinsmen. So even we that are not Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, people that are sympathetic to Obi causes cannot help Obi now, because Obi is facing crisis from his own kinsmen, and that is why they will always tell you that it will be difficult for an Igbo man to become president of this country, because they are not always united. They don't always have a united front, and that is what is panning out exactly.
Are you saying that the same thing applies to the APC?
It does not apply to it. Is we are talking about Peter Obi now. It does not. There's no crisis in the APC.
You are saying the Southeasterners in the APC, are they united enough? Were they united enough to?
Those ones are jesters now. That is why.
Jester. Someone like Umar is a jester. Okorocha is a jester.
In both the APC and the PDP, the contestants, the aspirants from the Igbo extract, they are jesters. The Ayim, the Boyanayanu, the all these people, the Wajuba you have mentioned, the Dave Umai, they have not done enough, you understand, to give them that clout, to give them that mantle to represent the Igbos as a nation. You know, you need a unified factor. You need somebody that everybody will look up to. All the people you have mentioned, they don't have that capacity and that prerogative. It is only Peter Obi that can be assumed as an Igbo man that has the required competence, the small integrity, the small capacity, and he has been tested to be seen to be a bit, you understand, deserving. But now he's having problem within the party he claims he represents, and the people that are giving him the problems are his kinsmen.
Okay, one of the aspirants, he lost the Abga primaries last week for the House of Rep. The one that just won the presidential ticket of the Labour Party. Last week he lost in Abga. Now he's been drafted into Labour Party. You know, Peter Obi came from Abga.
Yes.
Probably is a ploy from that party to go against his ambition.
Like I've told you, winning election requires a lot of intrigues, a lot of logistics, a lot of things, and part of it is that the two major parties will equally be interested in sponsoring crisis in the smaller parties for them not to grow enough.
Okay,
to
are you saying that APC and PDP?
I have not directly said.
Are you saying that APC and PDP? You said the two major parties, and you and I know the two major parties is either APC and PDP in Nigeria.
Obi left.
So if you are saying major parties, that means you are saying APC.
Obi left PDP.
Okay.
Because he believes that he may not be able to achieve his aim there. He went somewhere else where he thinks he can achieve his aim. You understand? Let's be literally here. Let's not put words into our mouth. You understand? What I'm trying to say is that even you and me know, whether you agree or not, that he's facing. You call it internal, you call it external. Though they said in the court of law there is no juju, they said in the police station there is no juju, but we've seen instances where somebody will use something, knock a person with it, and something unnecessary, mysterious, unfortunate will happen, which is juju, but the law does not recognize it. Meaning, what I'm trying to tell you is that there are sinister motives. There are some forces, underground forces, that are not identifiable. You understand? Underline, working, militating, effortlessly doing things to ensure that Peter Obi is not, how do I put it, is not giving not only the ticket, is not in a right psychological state of mind, you understand, to move on and achieve his aims. They are dragging him back while he's doing everything effortlessly to move front. So whoever is behind that, we may not know, but what is sacrosanct is that they are such.
Why would they want to do such? Why
we
would
don't know.
The APC or the major political parties want to truncate the mandate of Peter Obi in the Labour Party? Why? Why would they want to do that?
The major reason is it is obvious. It is a truism that people, the Igbos, wants to be president, and the only person that is capable, that has that capacity, is the Peter Obi. So some other forces, you understand, that didn't want an Igbo man there, may team up, you understand, with themselves and do everything possible to truncate it. So the why is that they don't want an Igbo man to be president, and Peter Obi stand a chance of being, if given the opportunity, and they are doing everything possible to pull him down. So this is a pull him down syndrome. It is not rocket science, it is not scientific, it is real, it is internal politicking. Because if somebody loses an election in Abga last week and is now drafted into Labour Party and is now laying claim to an office that did not belong to him, that everybody knows that Peter Obi, if I already already some of my Igbo friends are now that they are even apolitical before. They are now saying, if you ask them, who will you vote for? They will say Labour. They will not even say Peter Obi. That is to translate to you that if they say they now belong to Labour, you know that P implies Q, P therefore Y. Means they are going to vote for a Peter Obi. But this is a Peter Obi now that is facing crisis within his own party. May God save him.
Okay, let's look at there's a breakdown of how the APC delegates supported voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let's start with Lagos. From the southwest, Lagos had 60 delegates and 55 was given to Bola Tinubu.
You don't expect less.
Okay.
Tinubu has been the landlord of Lagos, and Tinubu has controlled Lagos and the southwestern part of Nigeria for more than 2 decades. Tinubu is in charge of all the structures in Lagos. So I'm even surprised that 5 did not vote for him. And I think some people will try to make inquiries why those 5 did not vote for him. Probably they voted for the professor.
Okay, I want to run it down. Ekiti 48, Ogun. Ekiti 48, they gave 5 to BAT, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ogun.
Now, I think we should be taking it one after the other. It's one of what I'm reading today. That's for you to know that our politicians at times, they are not trustworthy. Look at Ekiti. Fayemi is contesting as a president. He came with 48 delegates, and he openly stepped down for Tinubu and directed his people. So how come Tinubu has only 5? This is one of the deceits you talk about in Nigeria politicking. You went somewhere with 48 and you are expected to deliver the 48 and only 5 voted. You see chauvinism there, political intrigues. Let's go.
We have Ogun State 60, gave him 30. They gave Tinubu 30 votes.
I think they have it. I think in Ogun they have it. Oshibajo is our son, so they gave him half. Dapo Abiodun is the governor, so he's in control. And as Dapo Abiodun, Tinubu made Dapo Abiodun governor. I think the outburst in Abeokuta was effective for Tinubu because he worked for him eventually, because he was able to let people know, come, this is what I've done and this is what I expect, and anything short of that is unacceptable. So Ogun, I like the way Ogun did
Osun State 80 delegates voted for Bola Tinubu.
Out of 90,
80 voted.
Yes, now Oyetola is Tinubu's boy, the governor, so you don't expect less.
Oyo State 99, 85 voted for Tinubu.
You expected to.
Ondo State 54, 45 voted for Tinubu.
Yeah, Akeredolu worked well there.
From the southwest, out of 411, Tinubu got 300. Let's look at Ekiti. 48-5.
It is only, if you look at it from the southwest, it is only Ekiti that betrayed Tinubu. If you call it,
will you call it betrayal? If you call it a betrayal, because he stepped down.
Yeah, that is the betrayer is you see my face, you did not see my hand. You understand? You did not see my heart. That is the betrayer, because from your analysis, every other state delivered for bats, only Ekiti, and now it is the Ekiti governor that is repeated. In fact, some of those cynics, some of those irats of Ekiti, they always believe that the Kayode Fayemi is the secret candidate of the president, and the final minute we will know the truth of this or that. In fact, some of us always get into argument with some of them, but eventually the betrayal there is that the Ekiti governor, as magnanimous as he claims to be, came with 48 and only 5 voted. Where did he divert the other votes to? That is political cynicism and intrigues that are not expected. That's why I said politics is not a straightforward game. If you are in politics, then you are devilish, because you cannot be trusted. It is only what you say, not what you do.
South Akwa Ibom 93, they gave 10 votes to Tinubu. Bayelsa 24, 10 votes was given to Tinubu. Cross River 54, 10 given to Tinubu. Delta State 75, 30 given to Tinubu. Edo State 54, 40 was given to Tinubu. River State, Amici State 69, 1 to Tinubu. And a total of 369, Tinubu got 101 votes.
Yeah. Let's look at the South as you said it. River State is not it is not a
not
doubt
his, yeah.
that he will have one. I'm even surprised that he has one, because Amechi influence is paramount there. And if you look at the manner of the South vote, you realize that the South vote gave majority of their vote to Amechi and probably some to Osinbajo. That's why Tinubu, he knows the intrigues. He already has structures. What he went for, like I said yesterday, this is a national, you understand, a national purveyor of politicking. He already knows what he will have in those states, and he know that by the time he merges everything together, in fact, he may not be expecting up to 1,000, but eventually he got more than 1,000.
Okay, Southeast now. Abia State 54, 1 was given to Bola Tinubu. Anambra 63, 1 also given to Bola Tinubu. In Enugu 51, 5 given to Bola Tinubu. Ebonyi, Umahi State 39, 1 given to Bola Tinubu. Imo State 81, only 2 given to Bola Tinubu.
It is obvious.
10 out of 288 delegates, 10
he has only 10. It is obvious that the Southeast people went with Amechi, their son, and that's what I'm saying. That peradventure, Peter Obi stayed back in PDP, you understand, and he was able to convince the delegate from, if he has a block from the Southeast, South, you understand, he may have sympathy vote from other regions too, but he didn't stay because he has calculated and he knows he may lose. That's why he jumped to Labour Party. So it is not surprising that South and Southeast did not vote for Bola Tinubu.
If Tinubu becomes the president, what will the Southeast? What will they? What are they going to gain? What do they stand to gain?
Tinubu is not Buhari now. It is Buhari that said that he will prefer to favor.
Because out of 288, they give him only 10.
They are delegates now. They are not the real vote now. The real vote is the general election. This is a delegate election that we both agreed yesterday was manipulated, and that the people that voted were given instructions by their godfathers who had already agreed that this is where we are going together.
Okay, the Northeast, that's right. Out of the total of 366 votes, he got 225 from the Northeast.
He get 225
from the Northeast.
225 out of
336.
And look at the state you have in
Adamawa 63, they gave him 40. Bauchi 60, they gave him 50. Gombe 33, they gave him 25. Borno 81, they gave him 75. Yobe 51, 5 votes out of Yobe State. Taraba 48, BAT 30. This is Lawan's region.
This is Lawan's region, and I think Lawan has 100 and something totally. So this is to show you that, like I said,
even at Lawan, Tinubu beat
Lawan in his region. That is to tell you that, like we said, Tinubu already has national structures rooted in all the regions. All he needed was just to activate it for this purpose, believing that whatever he gets cumulatively, by the time he brings it together, he will get results. And he got results.
North Central, Kogi State, nothing was given to Tinubu.
Kogi 63. This is the only place Tinubu did not have a single vote. I think Yaya tried. Though Yaya, out of the 60, out of the 63, he got 47. Though people said he got the 47 because he will be 47 years old this year, and he believed in AK-47. So the cuckoo.
No, that's your.
This is by design, social media. This is social media antics. So that he got 47, his 47 bosas for his 47th birthday. Next time when he comes, he will have.
Kwara State 48, he got 30. Benue 69, he got 55. Plateau 51, he got 23. Nasarawa 39, he got 30. Niger 75, he got 62. Abuja 18, he got 6.
I think Nasarawa and Niger state governors, the two of them, Abdullahi Sule and the other guy, the Nasarawa and the Niger, they always delivered because they are direct Tinubu boys. If you say Tinubu boys, but when I was telling you about separating boys from men, you think I'm talking of literary boys. You understand? The governor of this state here are Tinubu boys, and they deliver their basis.
Let's go to the northwest. Kaduna 69, BAT got 40. Kano 132, yes, BAT got 120, the highest he got in all the delegates from Kano. Katsina 102, BAT got 91, the president state. Kebbi 63, BAT got 49. Jigawa 81, BAT got 40. Sokoto 69, BAT got 50. Zamfara 42, BAT got 24. A total of 558, BAT got 414 votes.
See, this place, this northwest here is the strongest base of Tinubu at this
got the highest.
At this just concluded primaries because of 3 individuals. The governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai. You know, El-Rufai, if he wants to be loyal to you, he will be loyal to you. He can be serpentic in nature, but I think he delivered. Then Kano, Ganduje is Tinubu 100%. And there is even this notion, in fact, it's one of the fears that by 2023, block vote will not come from Kano. Atiku or anybody should not expect block vote from Kano, because Kano will be broken into 3. Kwankwaso is the NPP presidential candidate. He is the owner of Kano. As in literally, he will have large chunk there. Atiku will have there. The Ganduje factor will give Tinubu votes there too. You understand? Then when you look at Jigawa and Kebbi, Badaru and the other one, the other one, the Jigawa contested and stepped down. Abi, the Jigawa governor. Then Badaru, Kebbi. So you see that these 3, Kano, Katsina, Jigawa and Kebbi, they are Tinubu boys too, and they delivered, and that's why Tinubu has the highest number of votes from that block, 500 plus out of 1,002. That's excellent.
Okay, let's also look at yes. Let's go to another topic. Let's just agree that Peter Obi will get the mandate from the Labour Party if they go to court. Let's just assume
it's not late now. You may still go to another. They still have 1 week. He himself can still look for another party.
As our domestic debt rise to 41 trillion, and now we have it in good calculation that every Nigerian now owes 200,000 naira. 200,000 naira. Even our guys in the studio, most of them, if you calculate everybody here, they are owing.
You say your guys in the studio, are you excluded?
2 point something million.
Are you excluded? No. We are owing 41 trillion. And the alarming thing is that everybody has suddenly forget that we are struggling. Everybody has suddenly forgotten that the country is declining on daily basis. Dollar is now 650 naira per dollar. Students have been home. ASU has been on strike for months. Economy is paralyzed. A country where whatever you buy today, when you get to the market, what do you mean by today? You buy something in the morning, but even if you get there, the prices has increased. The inflation rate is alarming, and now our debt that Obasanjo magnanimously helped us wrote off from the Paris Club and all those other places, it has now tripled, and majorly the people we are owing now is China. We are owing China the large chunk of our debt, and calculatively, instead of you now to be this is a country that the president, when he was coming, he promised, though they later recanted and denied it, that they promised that they will be giving the unemployed people 5,000 per month. They will make everything robust for everybody. But 7 years down the line, we are now owing. We are owing, and literally, if people don't understand, we are owing 41 trillion naira. And that 41 trillion naira having been broken, everyone is owing 200,000 each, including you, including me, my children, my wife. They are all. So that means me now, I'm owing 800,000. Abi, because I'm to pay for my 2 children and my wife. Abi, your own never plenty. So think of other people that have 6 children, 4 wives. You understand? What I'm saying is not funny. It's not funny because if truly these people decided, say they want to collect their money back from us, where will we see 200,000 each to contribute and pay? And if we cannot pay, what happens to our country? I don't want a situation whereby the government will now one day, no, that one is not even a problem. It is very easy. One day, don't be surprised. China, because you know there was a time China tried to take over Uganda airport. It's recently, because of debt, Uganda is owing China. But when world leaders and other people prevailed, you understand, when they prevail on China, China backtracked and now use other means, that a long time way of paying back. Let it now not be that one day they will now agree. You just hear that China has recolonized Nigeria, and the recolonization the recolonization is not that it's not economic recolonization. Now it's not that they will take over. It's not that a Chinese man will be president now. The colonization I'm talking about now is Nigeria will be partly under China, so everybody now will be forced to bear Chinese name. Though my own name is okay, Idowu Israel Li Yung. I will prefer Li Yung. You now, you be Christian Chonchin. You have Buhari Penpun. We should not get to that level. It is alarming. It is disheartening. How can we be?
I will plead the blood of Jesus. Okay, they change my name.
You be Christian Lee.
Chonchi.
Christian Lee. It's even good for you. So what we are saying is not funny. It's not a joke. But the country is diminishing at a fast pace. And now already they are already writing a speech that will be written on that will be read on Sunday morning to celebrate Democracy Day. But down the line, what have we gained in the 7 years? We've lost. We are owing, and we don't know whether it will rise to 500,000 before, because don't forget this administration still have about 8-9 months to go, and now they've done primaries, now they've done some things. I think what they will now settle down to do is how to move, how to kleptomaniacally siphon.
But we're having new leaders that are coming in. Which of these new leaders do you think that can take us out of this mess?
That is the problem with this country. I think it was Baba Olowo that said it far back that it has never happened in political history for a government, for an administration to give power to somebody that is outside his ideology. And that is why all these people always want people that can Atiku probe Buhari. Even as a PDP, Atiku will not probe Buhari. If Tinubu emerges, Tinubu will not probe Buhari. Everything will just go like that, and the new administration will now come and be telling us about backlog of debt that they have inherited, about an empty treasury, and they will say we should start all over. So 41 trillion, don't be surprised, can increase to between 50 and 60 trillion in the next 1 year, because these people are hell-bent on siphoning, and they are going, they know they are not coming back. And probably, God willing, if APC returns, fine. If not, they will try to pick whatever they want to pick, because they've spent 8 years. So
Atiku, Tinubu, and Peter Obi, who is capable of driving Nigeria out of this mess?
The good thing here is that it will not be business as usual. What do I mean by business as usual? For either PDP or APC, this contest will not be a stroll in the park. It will not be a stroll in the park, because unlike 2019, when we don't have strong oppositions, you understand? I said oppositions now, not opposition. The only opposition then was Atiku. You understand? Now you have it broken. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is coming from the NNPP. Peter Obi is coming from Labour Party, or whichever party is going to, you understand, is going to identify with. And those two forces added to the two you have, you will know that if you do the calculation, it will not be a stroll in the park. Because like I said, let's start from Kano. The Kano now that APC Buhari in 2015 and 2019 won landslide in Kano with almost 2 million votes. You understand? During the last 2 elections. Now it will not be possible for any candidate now, whether APC or PDP, because the Kwankwaso will hold tight to his Kano and suburbs, Kano, Kebbi, Jigawa, Zamfara, those places. Kwankwaso will pick.
Okay.
He will pick votes there. He will pick. He will pick votes that are weighty there. You understand? Meaning, Atiku and Tinubu. You understand? We have to struggle there in that region. And if you come to the southeast, an average southeasterner with sentiment, you understand, they will go for a Peter Obi. So Tinubu and Atiku too will not have a strong goal there. So by the time you cumulatively see it, I don't see a clear cut or a wide margin between whoever is going to emerge. And I cannot use a crystal ball to say it is going to be Atiku or it is going to be Tinubu. What we don't know, miracle can happen. I will not be surprised if people, out of anger, because this one is not a delegate thing where you collect $20,000 and this and that. This is a conscience vote where every human being, every Nigerian, every aggrieved person sentimentally and we use his conscience to vote. And if that happens, if peradventure for the first, because another thing you look into is the INEC machinery. Is the INEC machinery going to be free and fair? Is there not going to be problem of logistics? Will there not be card reader problems in some places? Will there not be election materials have not arrived in time in some places? Will people not be deprived in some places? So categorically, you cannot say that it is Atiku, or you cannot say that it is Tinubu. And if you cannot say it's Atiku, you cannot say it's Tinubu. That means.
Are you saying we are going to see?
That means there is a likelihood of somebody, a white horse from somewhere, coming to sweep them off, which is very low. The chances are very low. But what I don't want us to unilaterally say now is that it's going to be Atiku or it's going to be Tinubu.
Which of them can take us out of this mess? That's even though they are not coming, just look at their capabilities.
Taking us out of the mess is.
That's what Nigerians are yearning for.
Taking us out of the mess is an enormous task. Enormous task in the sense that what you have just said, we are indebted to trillions of naira. Our economy has collapsed. Most of the structures are not functioning any longer. You understand? So somebody that is coming in has to be proactive from the blast. From the blast, how to restore the economy, revive the economy, restore the structures, bring back normalcy to the polity. You understand? Restore confidence back into the citizenry. I think without being sentimental or partial here, I think the two of them has qualities.
Wow.
The two, both Atiku and Tinubu.
Peter Obi is part of part of the trial.
Okay, it's part of the trial. The chances of Peter Obi is slimmer here, and with the chances of Peter Obi, in fact, the only vote of anger that Nigerians can vote, the only person to favor is Peter Obi. So let's not remove him from the trail. If you look at it, if Tinubu becomes the president, he has been a welfareist all his life. You understand? He has built structures. He can complement on it. He has grip outside the country. He has influence. You understand? Like when Obasanjo came, he influenced some things, which is what led to the writing off of our debt by the Paris Club and otherwise. And equally, Atiku too has a clout. Atiku has been on the ballot twice. You understand? Atiku has been a vice president for 8 years. Atiku first contested for president of Nigeria far back 1992.
Yeah, yes,
almost
with
like 20. You understand? So he is a veteran, and if he gets there, I think he can. Knowing quite well that people are crying, people are suffering. But if it is pragmatism, effectiveness, do it as it should be, integrity, I think Peter Obi is better than the two of them, because with the little he has done, you understand, because you are judged by the little you have done, you understand, with the little he has done, he can, if he get there, he has a bit of more human face than the other two, because Atiku is a capitalist, but he has turned himself to a welfareist capitalist because he has ventured into politics. But I think Peter Obi has more human face, but his chances of winning is slimmer than the other two.
Let's go to the AAC. There's a breaking news. Showore wins the AAC presidential primary. What of Showore?
It is not unexpected that Showore will win the AAC, and he contested and won the AAC ticket the last time. If in the next 100 years he will still be contesting, it will still be under AAC. He would never
100 years.
His party. You see, what I'm saying is, I am not expecting him to
have Alpha and Omega.
I'm not expecting him to have any problem winning the ticket there. But his chances of winning is, if after Slimmer, what is next? His chances of is even opaque. You understand? He's not there. It's not there. I think the last election he has 520 nationwide. And this one that is contesting, instead of, he has been busy criticizing, complaining, condemning, and exposing, which is good, exposing what those people have covered through his medium, the Sahara Reporters, which is commendable. But you cannot match the two. That he is a good journalist and that he exposes fraudulent activities of others does not make him a good president. Or does not transform to that because that is what he's doing, let's make him president. You understand? Because when others, like I said yesterday, when others were busy campaigning, moving around the country, look at Osinbajo. I'm very impressed. Even if that guy lost that primary, I still believe that whatever project that guy is going to do in the future, I will be part of it, because the guy showed resilience, showed dexterity and charisma. But like a country, because if it is speech that should win election, his speech was the most outstanding at that primary grant. Did I lie? So he is convincing, but because of the hierarchy, the nomenclatures, the imperialistic ways of running things in this country, he has to go and queue. But one day his time will come. But like you said, Sowore, when others were campaigning, he was not campaigning. His only campaign is on the pages of...
He had a court case that restricted him around Abuja.
But that one has been settled. He can now move outside Abuja. He can move. In fact, when the first time, for you to know how unserious a person can be, you were restricted from moving out of the federal capital for a year. And after that thing was released, the first place he went to his state, which is expected. You understand? That one is not funny.
It's from
that
Ondo State.
It's from Ondo State. He went there. He went to his town. He received a mammoth welcome. You understand? A thunderous ovation, comiums, and all sorts of things. But where I'm going, instead of him to probably campaign in Akure or campaign in Owo or one of these big towns, he went to River. I don't know whether you saw a picture of him inside a small river with some people naked. I don't know whether he's campaigning for the mermaids. I don't know whether mermaids too vote in election, or maybe he wants to use the spiritual powers of the mermaids to win election on
There's
election.
A breaking news here.
So Sowore is a joker, but he will contest.
There's a breaking news. Youths at Jakonde Estate, Isolo, today set over 20 commercial motorcycles ablaze over a fatal accident that has killed one person. According to an eyewitness, the incident occurred after a rider applying one-way route reportedly knocked down a pedestrian who died immediately. In retaliation, youths in the area hijacked motorcycles inside and set them on fire. I believe that route is one of the routes that has been banned by the Lagos State.
It's one of the routes. And another worrisome thing, when I was going home yesterday, I discovered it inside the vehicle. Another worrisome thing is that despite the ban, are you aware that most of these people, most of them traveled back home? And information I got yesterday, even till this morning, is that majority of them have returned back to Lagos with brand new machines. Brand new ones they went to buy. In fact, somebody claimed he saw more than 100 new ones that just one person bought yesterday, one of those northerners, and he shared for his people, just to in defiance of the order of the state government. So meaning issues similar to this will continue to occur for a while until government finds the right way to treat these
because
people.
Even around here we even find the okada guys flouting.
They were flouting it everywhere, even in Ikeja. You understand? Everywhere, they are everywhere. What they do is that they don't do it even in Ogba here. The only thing is that they don't stand in the front again. You understand? They hide inside the street. You understand? When you need them, they come out. So you know that these people, the government of Lagos State, has to take a drastic.
What decision?
I don't know.
What drastic?
I'm not a security expert. I'm not a security expert, but I'm just telling you that you must back up whatever law you make with actions that are commensurate with it. If not, the spiral falling effect will be more worrisome than the reason why you banned it in the first instance. Is it not about 3 days ago that police were pursuing one of the okadas, and in order to escape from the police, he was carrying a woman. The woman fell and died, and the okada ran away. You understand? So who bears that brunt? So what I'm saying is, government must put measures that will be commensurate to enforcing this ban, or else it will be worse than before they banned it. Because though I'm aware that it was banned initially.
Yeah.
It was banned now. So somebody was even saying, jocularly saying, how can you ban something that you have banned before? is rebanning it, meaning when he banned it in the first instance,
they reinforced
the ban, meaning the ban was not even effective in the first instance, and people that were banned were taking it with lip service, believing that this is a country where things are only effective for 1 or 2 days. That is what happened when Buhari became president in 2015.
Okay,
Mr. Integrity, people started resuming work 8 a.m. People started doing what is right for first, second month. But when they see that there is no difference, everybody drop back to their ways of life, and that is what is happening as to the Okada ban too.
Looking at what is happening, what do you think is good for Nigeria? Generally,
good for Nigeria is good leadership, competent leadership, God-fearing leadership. God-fearing leadership that will provide an egalitarian society. God-fearing leadership that will not be given to us by the godfathers. God-fearing, effective leadership that will not have to be paying back. Look at an Ambode. People were talking about the transformation, what Ambode did in his first term in Lagos here. But he was denied a second term by this same our Tinubu because of some skirmishes and issues amongst them that borders on monetary, financial, whatever. What I'm saying is, people like that go to Akwa Ibom. I'm not praising the man. Go to Akwa Ibom. Go to Uyo, to be precise. What Akpabio did in that state, if each state governors can replicate that in their state. I've always been wondering, why is it that whenever you want to have election, people will always say, I will build roads, I will give electricity, I will this, I will that, and after 8 years somebody else will come and be saying this. So the person that was there, what has he been doing? So until we have successions of competent leadership. Look at the Senate clients. Go to America, go to Britain. When a government comes in, they don't put blames on the past government. They don't say it is because the past government did not do this, or because the past government indebted to this. We will go to Imo State. When Rochas was there, he did so many beautiful things. When he left, the governor that came destroyed all the structures.
All the structures.
All the that Rochas built. So you don't.
Some of the structures.
So if you have leaders that are chauvinists, if you have leaders that have this at the back of their mind, this egocentric way of life at the back of their mind. Look at I was displeased anyway with the statement of our flag bearer from the ruling party yesterday, when he was supposed to be magnanimous in victory. He was openly telling the whole world that he was distracted. I don't remember the actual word he used, but he was disappointed that Senate President Lawan contested against him, and that Lawan can now lick his wounds. Those are not words expected from a leader. A leader is supposed to be all-encompassing. A leader is not supposed to be selective. A leader is supposed to be detribalized. Those are the ones we need, not a leader that will get there and see himself that I am an Hausa man, I should deal with Hausa people alone. I'm a Yoruba man, only Yoruba should benefit from me. So you need competent leaders that are God-fearing and are not put there by godfathers. Because if it is still these godfathers that will be determining who rules us, they will always pay back to people that made them, and the expected progress may not be achievable because of the logjam that will incur during the act of doing it. So God is only God, and like I said, 2023, fine, let's just take whatever we have, but from 2023 upward, I think we can, because all these now noises of not too young to rule, it's time for youth to run, is this, they are just shouts that cannot materialize. At least we say for ourselves, the youngest governor in this country is 46 years old, Yaya Bello. But if you want to rate the performances of the governors, I think it's one of the least that perform amongst the governors. So it is not about a youth can do it now. People that are contesting now, they are septuagenarians, octogenarians. Okay, they are not yet octogenarians. They are in the 70s. Peter Obi is the young version of them. That's why some people are saying, okay, a younger person and even religious, regionally sentimental. And that's why some persons are even thinking that Peradventure, Oshibajo has won the ticket from the APC. He's younger, he's versatile, and he's into. We have archaic leaders who are obsolete in thinking, who are obsolete in action.
Regional government referendum separation.
Those ones cannot work for now. Those ones are not even on the pipeline now. Those ones is not on the table now.
Many are crying for.
Many are crying for, but
clamoring.
Clamoring.
You know that we have 2 agitators now because of what is happening. Injustice.
Events always.
We have Nnamdi Kanu and Sonigbo.
We know, and
they have a lot of followers.
And like I tell people, those 2 factors you've mentioned, they will remain incarcerated till the end of this administration. Mark my words, they will be incarcerated because government knows that the moment they are released into the streets, they will continue leading agitations. And you know the problem we have in this country, people want people to lead. Everybody wants to shout, everybody wants to complain, but from their rooms. So people want to see people that will do that. But for now, there is something we call event overriding event. The current event has overridden that, and the current event is people are now concentrated on what pans out in 2023. So I think the next 6-7 months will be concentrated on campaigning and politicking and how to convince or confuse us more into voting them in 2023. Peradventure, if by 2023 whoever emerges, his policies, his body language will show us whether agitations will resume or not.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's politics.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Ayo Israel. Mr. Akin Soyoye, thank you. You said keep up the good work, giving common men on the street a voice on political matters. I love your program. It's disheartening the current stage of Nigeria. Yes, and also we have other. Chris Chuk said we don't need neither any of the thieves from the APC and PDP to rule us. End SARS, end bad politicians, and end old leaders. We are voting for our conscience. Yes. Let me see one more person. Okay, we have KC Frank agitating here. He said, for your own information, there is no election in Biafra land coming 2023. Wow.
That's
11 nothing. He's saying Yoruba nation now, Biafra nation now. Okay, yes, we've come to the end of the program. The Pundits on Flip TV. We have this program every day, and I will say thank you for watching and being part of the program. Like the video. We have 36 people watching now. Please like the video and also subscribe to Flip TV. Follow us on Facebook and also on Instagram, Flip TV NG, and be part of what we churn out every day. This program is going to be holding tomorrow, same time. I'm Christian Chukwu, and with me is
Idowu Israel Aristotle.
Thanks for watching. Bye for
now.